I'm also starting to second guess whether or not the webcam frame is too thick with a capital C. But you know, that's a like fucking that's a future Calvin problem, I guess. Because if you look at this, we have 3 lands, and we have a key that costs 4. But this land casts this Doomskar, and we have nothing else going on. Should I keep this? Land, 2 Doomskars. We're going first, and we have 2 keys to cycle if we have that problems in our future.
Standard's still aggressive. I feel like you're
It's 2 Doomskars, man. Yeah. You know how neat that is? You know how neat?
Very neat.
Enters tapped. And man, I just told myself apparently I'd try it. Wait, how does that work? How did I tell myself that? I found another Doomskar, is the thing. Which is a little unfortunate, but also a little hilarious. My audio sounds off. My audio sounds off. Why does my audio sound off? In what way? In what way does it sound off? Let me get the thing dropped, by the way. Your mic sound this. Mic Sudo. Mic Soundo. Well, let me do that. But now I think you can. Hello, how are you? I'm a little far away. The music is going down. I've done that trick. Just a touch, so we'll touch it back up. Wow, a sanguine brushstroke. I guess it's worth saying that the mic's a little further away right now. Also, mind that there's a frog in my throat, so it might be that. Here we go. How does that sound? I sound like a person now. Maybe. Here's this. And we're just gonna take 2, if that's okay. But make the music come on. There you go. Music's up. I hope that was a beautiful sound. And the fucking Cursebound Witch. Now, what is the right move here? We don't want to take 3 next turn. But when a creature you control dies, you get. So that's good. So if we cast Doomskar right now, and raise the face cam just above the lands. There. Yeah, that's covering their lands, but I think that's fun. So we're gonna put that there, and we are going to put. Where's the? There you are. We're gonna put you right there. Nice. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I got a fucking frog in my throat! And now I can hear myself in echo, so that's making things very hard. There we go. Now I can't hear myself in echo. The way I'm doing is I'm apparently fucking dying. I'm gonna do this now. That way the Meatloaf Massacre, you know, it's still gonna hurt us no matter what. Resolve all of them. Gonna hurt us no matter what, but we'd like to not take 3 next turn. On top of it hurting us no matter what. And we have another Doomskar anyways. Funny about that. Well, that's a Voldaren Bloodcaster. That's a Shambling Cast. And the thing that we're pretty interested in now, I think, is dropping a key and hopefully finding like a Lightning Helix or something off of it. Though that Fading Hope is very nice right now. Thank you, sir! Well, like, I will take that, obviously. And it's a fucking... It's obviously the Approach of the Second Sun. We put the Approach of the Second Sun in their hand. We have a Fading Hope in order to bounce one of their things, and we have the mana we need to do the thing. The question is, I think we just discard the key, right? Because we're looking to just cast this next turn after bouncing something. Yeah. We're going to hit Sacred End 99. Welcome to the Gun Show. Welcome to the Pain Train. How are you doing? Welcome to welcome to the key place. I'm trying to think of something witty to say with keys, I guess. And why am I in full control? No, I have a Fading Hope. Let's think about this. Do we want to take 3? I don't see any problem actually taking the 3 right now. 4, 5, 6, yeah. We're about to cast a Fading Hope. Yeah, the only thing I can think of witty to say with key brings us to fucking Kingdom Hearts. So you are going to do that, huh? Huh. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to put this in here. A Kalane Reclusive Commander deck. That sounds hot. Yeah, we can... Easy peasy. What direction are you trying to take the Kalane deck? Mr. Sacred End 99. Curse of Leeches enchants me. That's going to do another bit of damage to me, which is fine. I'm going to be hit with 2 right now. That's fine. Hit Resolve. We can drop this Plains. We are currently looking at a whole lot of problems, huh? My trigger, be sure to do 5 games for Horizons. There are at least 5 games on the horizon, because I decided to do best of 1, because I'm remembering how things work. And we still have to survive a bit of time. Aggressive Combat wins the game with a 10-12 Marionette. Ooh, that is spooky. The Marionette Master, yeah. That's going to drain me more. If we Blood Artist, we go. So if we divide by 0, the Meat Hook Massacre, and then do that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this Meat Hook Massacre back into their hand. We are going to put a, not Environmental Sciences, a Teachings of the Archaic right here, and now we're going to cast the Doomskar. The Blood Hook, the Bloody Blood is going to do a bit of damage to us, but that has to be fine. The Meat Hook Massacre needs to be recast, redeployed now. The Lier will eventually be able to come down and do a Fading Hope. Akari, welcome to the Gun Show. That is an amazing emote. I love the way that's dancing. We are, however, currently at 5-2. We're at 2. Hypothetically 2, huh? No good. The only issue, the biggest problem there is we couldn't have taken the Environmental Sciences because we would have lost the Approach of the Second Sun. Meat Hook Massacre. X is 0. ttrgr says Happy New Year. I just realized that. Hey! The fuck? I guess it is Happy New Year. Agadine XS2, put the Voldarian Bloodcaster back into play. I lose a life. Here is a Hullbreaker Horror. Funny thing about that Teachings, huh? So, what's up? We have this Fitting Hope. Let's see here. I think we just lost, actually. How are we feeling about the Kamigawa spoilers? So we're gonna drop the dude here. Wait, divide by 0, Doomskar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Let us divide the brush. Alright. Well, I'll do that last one. Blue. Here is a Lier. Auto pay. Get out of there. And we are now going to divide the brush stroke. It has to be now before he gets the bits out of it. We can take that. He recasts it. Am I dropping frames? It's not saying I'm dropping frames over here. I could be dropping frames internally on Arena. Oh, you know what? Nah. We're just practicing. We're just getting back into the swing of things. We're clipping the audio is what we're doing. Yeah. We gotta put this microphone on my arm, on this arm right here, but after I do some other bits. Why do we not have Guy's Prosper list in the deck lists? Because the Prosper list is online somewhere. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure it is. Or maybe, no, maybe it's not. It was that weird fucking deck. It is all coming, by the way. Magic is weird. I miss when there were Atogs and Minotaurs. I do not remember when there were Atogs, I'm going to be honest. And then bingo bongo, back to the dropping frames question. If I'm dropping frames, it's going to have to be internally on Arena. Because OBS is like, man, everything's just fine. Hypothetically, we're good now. We're good now because there's nothing happening. We're going to hit the play button. I mean, I'm going to blame Arena. I like blaming Arena. That's my favorite pastime. Arena is poopy garbo economy. There's a non-zero chances on your end. If you're doing anything else right now, Adrian, there's a chance. I mean, Arena just dropped a frame right there, technically. I saw it. I go first. I do not have instants or sorceries. I'm gonna... This scries, this bounces, Geistchanneler will make it cheaper. I can keep this, actually. Drop that, name white. Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely on my end, but like, Arena is dropping frames for me right now. Name white. You feel a little silly naming white now, don't you? Don't you, Calvin? We don't mind a Memory Deluge, but we had to scry into it. And... we'd scry into the fucking blue. But we need to scry into a land anyways. The voices in my head say, get rid of it. The infinite combo list in Prosper is a nightmare, and I'm glad you like it. But that is a nightmare combo. So goodbye to Teferi. And goodbye to Teferi. So long. We don't even know what you're about. So here's a land, and next, end the turn. That's a swamp. So we're gonna have to deal with fucking brushstroke all day today, aren't we? You're about to make my life really hard, aren't you? Well, here's a Celestus. This is really obnoxious. Huh. With this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we draw into the 6-mana draw spell, we're going to want... He's not playing anything either, so I'm just going to get rid of the Fading Hope right now. Keep my land drop. This is going to let us flip around the day and night, because I can get to put this down. Next, end the turn. I'm going to take the action. It's a Fateful Absence. I am now going to discard the thing. Wow. Do I want to give him a thing in the graveyard? Do I want to give him an Investigate token? We have no idea what else could be in his deck, so I think we're just going to Fateful Absence it to hold up the Saw It Coming. Take the action. Nice. So we found a thing. The next thing he plays is going to resolve, but that's going to be... We're going to use the Hall of the Storage Giants to close out this game. Okay, that's fine. No reason to draw because we don't got nothing. Wow. Does he want to? He probably has a discard spell, but there's no reason to play the key. No, we can play the key and then... Well, no, we can counter the discard spell. You can't play the key. You have nothing to discard to the key. I'm working it out live because I'm not actually doing normal thinking stuff. Check for traps. Do I want him to have this key to the archive? Not particularly. So I want to resolve it next turn on the off chance that it gets a cool thing. But his hand's probably full of discard effects. Dude, just draw Narset. Dude, just fucking draw Narset. Bruh. I want to fucking cast Narset. So much. That is the time I miss. We could take a... That's funny. I think that's funny. If he has any discard effects, then like it doesn't do anything. So yeah, you take the regrowth. You can discard the land, cast the regrowth, put the Teferi in your hand, and I don't know. I guess if he has a discard spell, that's the thing he's doing this turn. So we're inviting him to do that. And then, like, if he does that, we have a Hall of the Storm Giants. Which is funny. Ward, discard a card. That's gonna do 4 to us. That's unfortunate, I guess. Or it does 4 to that. Which we get to drop for 2, for 1, sorry. We could also drop it and minus, try and find, like, an effect. Which I don't actually think is the worst idea. I can just play Tef and attack. Yeah, that's probably the safest bit. We're just gonna fucking, I don't know, add red to our mana pool. Let's tap that. And either way, we're casting this. This costs 6 to do the thing, and we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Alright, here we go. Untap an artifact. Tap one creature. Do we want to discard our... Yes. I think we don't mind discarding the Celestus. Submit one. Ta-da! You wouldn't have done that? Eh. It would just... But it didn't let the effect get countered. That's the thing. Even if he did block, I would have loved it. I mean, yeah. So... Activate the dude. And so... Artifact, creature, and... Land. This one. Nice. So we're going to end the turn, and we're going to lose our key here. Nice. Ah, nice. What the heck? At the beginning of your end stuff, an opponent lost life this turn? Put a dude on the thing? For 3 mana? Wow. And that hits me? You go up to 12? I love math. Well. White, and I guess we're gonna do that. Destroy all creatures. I don't want to look at your stuff, sir. I don't like it. And we're just gonna end the turn. What do I have? You got me. Yeah. If he has it, like... That means he has, like, no cards in hand. You're right, the looting would have been a better line, but he didn't have it. So, like, it didn't matter. That's a divide by 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have the mana to bounce it and win. We do have the mana to pass. Like, I can just let that hit me. No, he had, like, no cards in hand. It's my turn. I'm going to put that in his hand now. I mean, now I'm going to get teachings. Boop. Because we get to fucking go land. Now we get the teachings and ask if he has it with the Hall of the Storm Giants. Or just cast, wait to cast this next turn. Just go for the safe route. Yeah, that costs 7 mana. Look, hypothetically, we can cast it now, but, you know. Punch, he says. Alright, so now he has it. Hilariously. But this is gonna be fine. He gets to replay the Demon of Loathing, but he can't have a land, discard spell, and demon. So, ta-da! So I'm just gonna cast this. Like, I'm gonna let him hit me for 7. Wow, that's amazing. Put this down, and we're going to pass the turn. You got it. I don't actually want to take the hit. I changed my mind. Yeah. Blue, white. Whatever. We'll do that. We're gonna do that one, a creature, and a land. And we are going to activate this. Take the action. We are going to discard one of these islands, submit 1, and we're going to drop this Field of Ruin. Now what, sir? Now what? Now what do you got? Fuck you. What are you doing? Now I'm just angry. That's what you get for playing the Go for Gold event, Calvin. Why are you going for gold? Because you don't have enough rares to make the decks. How are you going to do that? You're going to farm stuff. Farming people who play Blood in the Snow with a mono black deck and no snowlands. So now I'm just angry. How poopy scoopy. Here's a land. Next. This is a new player is actually what we're going up against right now. Which is unfortunate. Because I don't know how good of a time he's having. Even if I'm making misplays, I don't know how good of a time he's having. Take the action. I don't need this basic land. In my hand, at least. Demon of Loathing. That resolves. You're gonna hit me for 1, sir. He's gonna hit me for 1. And we're gonna put Mascot Expedition into our hand, I guess. Beginning your end step, this is gonna go to your hand. Not to be rude. Or actually, in fact, to be rude. Disgusting. Drop this. I mean, we could just do both. We won't. What we're going to do is we're going to, because this is about to cycle, because I think that's night. Artifact, creature, land. And here's... We cast 2 spells. It is no longer night. Removal spell, sir? Removal spell. Which is bad for you. Discover the formula, huh? I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry this was your introduction to Magic. Do you have another removal spell? You're not casting your big guy? You're gonna hit me to grow your guy? You're hitting nothing. You're holding up a blocker. Yikes. It's really unfortunate. I'm gonna discover the formula. I guess we should have tapped this for the mana, but you know. I guess we have this. We're gonna do this. Artifact, creature, land. Absolute yikes energy right here. Yup. You got it. Now, I ain't good at math. But he looks... Oh! You're gonna foretell, huh? You gotta hold up both your blockers to block these things. And you know what? I just... It is dropping frames. The arena is dropping frames. Not the stream.
Is that because of this?
No, it's been doing it.
Okay.
Arena. Arena. How do I turn down the video quality of Arena? Oh, my fucking face cam's dropping? Well, that's weird.
No.
Huh.
Should be okay on my end now. Like this connect on the internet.
I mean, it's fine right now because not a lot's happening right now, Aiden. That's the thing. We were going over this earlier. Chances are, I just had to reconfigure the stream settings on my end different from what was set up at Adrian's. Because technically, all I did was import settings. You can't, however, do that in the middle of a stream. So, this is what's going to happen. We're going to go through this event, and then we are going to temporarily stop the stream, and then we're going to restart the stream with settings that aren't going to destroy us all. And I'm going to keep on going first, I guess. That's neat. Wow, wow. Like, you can also do that, but we're already at low quality settings for what that's worth. What happens? I don't know if that looks any different to you guys. I definitely have more pixels, but you know, this should at least let us. Yikes! This should at least let us fly, you know. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wowee, that is a mountain. This is a Hall of the Storm Giants, and I saw it coming. Fuck your Orb of the Dragonkind. Absolutely, positively fuck you. This is a dragon deck. He didn't get to do a turn 2 whelp, which means all of my scary turn 3 plays are not on the table. Which means I think putting down the Doomskar is just fine right now. Especially since we have the next white coming up. So we get to put down Hull, and here is Doomskar underneath the you can't see pile. Fuck your black. Orb of the Dragonkind taps for mana. How do I keep on forgetting that? Well, rest in peace me. Sacrifice it, decline. Orb of the Dragonkind does it all. We definitely want to get up to discover the formula. I think we're gonna just end the turn here. Take 4, go down to 14, be at 12 with taking the land. Which commander would be better suited for Foretell deck, Ragnar or Vega? I think Vega is actually the stronger one. Ragnar has interesting synergy with the effect, but being able to draw a card off of your commander is a very powerful thing. Though it's only not in my brain that Ragnar does not draw a card. That's all. The damage, take the 4, we'll go down to 12. Orb of the Dragonkind. Do we want him to have a second one? We get to worry about that later, actually. And there's the Town Raider Tyrant, which we're gonna saw it coming. We will decline the action for right now, be up there. We are going to drop this puppy. Teferi. We were supposed to divide by 0, because then we would have kept the Saw It Coming and been able to untap a land and have Saw It Coming with Teferi. I'm very out of practice, apparently. That is a fucking huge-ass punt. Because we could also Doomskar here, technically. Teferi into untapping. Man, I'm just a big old poopy dummy, aren't I? So we're going to drop the Teferi to start gaining some life back. Let him get the Goldspan Dragon down. He can hit us for 8. We go down to 4, effectively. Or he puts some damage into the Teferi. Artifact, creature. He could decide to kill the Teferi, but that means he has put 2 attackers into the Teferi, which is totally fine. If he drops another creature, we get to Doomskar and tick up the Teferi to keep up interaction, which includes Divide by 0 for whatever his next line would be. There's that Goldspan Dragon. He's just going to hit me for 4. It's totally reasonable. And there's a Predator. Huh. So we get to be funny, huh? We are going to decline to sacrifice it, which means we're going to take the 2. We go up there. We just drew probably the best fucking card in this scenario, because now we get to Doomskar and have enough mana for a Divide and a Fading Hope, which is hilarious. So there's Doomskar. Vega. Unless Ragnar draws. I gotta double check if Ragnar draws. Sacred. He can sack for the Predator, but that's why the having the ability to cast both of these is so nice right now. Now what we could... I guess we don't really care if he gets that. So we are going to... What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... He doesn't have enough mana to cast both things when we do both things. Yeah, no. So he's going to sack. He's going to make the Immersion Predator indestructible. That happens. He's going to exile a thing from our graveyard. That's fine. We're not probably going to be using Lier to flash back a counterspell. That resolves. Doomskar does nothing, basically. We are now going to tick this up, and we're going to tap an artifact, a creature, and a land. And for what it's worth, we will just untap the blue source, just so Arena doesn't decide to kill us. He could have cracked a Orb of the Dragonkind in response to me doing it. No, he can still do it, can he? Yeah, he can still do it. Does he want to? I'm not sure. That would be really good for us, because he'd be down on mana. We're gonna let... I don't know. Do you let the dragon resolve, or do you counter it properly with the Divide? It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing, right? So there's an Inferno Star of the Mounts. Wowee. That is, in fact, terrifying. But we get to bounce it. Yes. We're gonna have to bounce both things, though. We are at a low enough life total. I do not want to think about that right now, thank you. We could take Teachings, but I think we're going to lose a white source, so I think we just need to take the Environmental Sciences for another white source, right? Yeah, we're just going to do that. And you're going to go to attackers. You know what? Actually, you can just put that in your hand. We know all the creatures in his hand. 2 of them have haste. One of them is going to hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can hit us for 7, 8. Sacrifice it, take the action. We will sacrifice the land. Field of Ruin is pretty nice right now, because that means we get to... Oh! I think that's pretty nice. So, what's the line here? You get to go up to 14 if you completely tap out. And then he can only hit us for 8, which I think is fine. He's actually going to be incentivized to kill the Teferi. So here we go. Here is a Discover the Formula. You got this, sir. There's a Doomskar. And a Jwari Disruption, which I don't know if that helps at all. But we are now going to tick this up. Tap one artifact. There's an artifact. Tap one creature. There's none. Untap a land. There's that one. Because we have the land as a target, you can't fuck us, sir. You can crack the orb. That's fine. But I'm gonna be at 14. You only bring me down to 6. I counted. And yeah, there's our other white source. Sir! You just dropped a white land. I do not appreciate this. We don't get the ultimate Teferi, but we just do get to keep on ticking it up, which means we're up to 16 next turn, which feels very fine. We get to drop the key and then go for that. Yeah, we drop the key. Here's my land for turn, by the way, guy. This is gonna kill the Teferi unless we like happen to find the perfect right thing. Which, for what it's worth, we drop the key now for that possibility. Bazinga. Bazanga. Badooter. The key to the archive. Please let it resolve, sir. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. It's okay. It's just a key. Key to the archive. Thank you, sir. It's okay. Would you look at that? That's a lightning bolt. Yeah, so we take the lightning bolt. We gotta discard a card. It's a disruption. Submit 1. So we're going to do this. We are going to untap an artifact, a creature, and a land. There we go. And now we get to tap, tap, and tap. This is a Doomskar for... But it doesn't really matter. Cast the expensive one, he says. Yeah, you are right. The only struggle now is the Predator just gets to hit the Teferi. If he hits the Teferi, we lose the Teferi, that's sad. We died. Did we lose the Teferi earlier? No, we didn't. Here comes the boy. His voice cracks because there's a frog stuck in it. That's just because I'm gonna be leaning it in, right? So you know, we gotta tilt the camera. It's gonna go for me to hit me for 1, 2, hit me for 8 or 10. I don't know. They could have a... Dragonfire hits me? Dragonfire could hit the Planeswalker. You are correct there. Oh. Well, then what are they doing? Why did they hit me? Why did you hit me, sir? Where are you? Where are your parents? They have a... But what would they be firing? His voice cracks even more, because he doesn't understand. Oh, you... But I asked if it could fire Planeswalkers, and you said no. Oh, it can't hit you. Calvin, the messages were separated. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That hits me for 4. How many Doomskars are in the bin already? 2. You got a minus. Sure. Well, now I definitely have to fucking Doomskar here. So what's up? Adult Gold Dragon hit me, or kill Teferi perhaps, which wouldn't be the worst thing. Dragonfire to kill Teferi. Hit me, go down to 6. I don't know why I minus there. I would have been at 8. The Dragonfire still would have killed the Teferi. It would have been at 5. But it'd be at 8 instead of... I didn't have an extra 2. Though we would have just drawn lands off the Seagate, for what that's worth. I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the combination of cards. 5. Something on 4. Red, white. I guess he had white earlier. For what that's worth, guys. Didn't think about it, huh? Also, because he's a 3-color deck, there's, like, no reason to save his Field of Ruin. There's a chance I get to starve him off black. Yeah, I don't think he's there, is the thing, guys. I think he left the building. So I'm just gonna do this. Go up to 14. Potentially find a unsummon. He left the building, guys. Crunchwrap Supreme. We are not sponsored by Taco Bell. I love this music, also, for what that's worth. I love the jams, the little video game bip-baps. We didn't find it, but that's fine. We're gonna drop a Field of Ruin, and here's a Sunset Revelry. These are nice jams. Sir, can you just, like, close your game out now? This is what we understand as pain. Pain and suffering. Kablooey! How unfortunate. Alright. Oh, for what it's worth, were we dropping frames during that? Now that we're at 900p. Crunchwrap. Adrian has a vape. I have a Crunchwrap Supreme. I feel like I shouldn't. I'm not going to. Well, I shouldn't. But it works, but it doesn't. Because you get to go plains, in the Field of Ruin, you get to cast out of the Sunset or the Fateful Absence in the in-between. Sunset Revelry can potentially just draw a card at the same time anyways. Whatever. This lets me cast my Doomskar. I like my Doomskar. Okay. We lost Teferi. That's sad. I'll take the ramp, I guess. it's colorless ramp. And it lets us do shit. I feel really weird about that. I lost my Teferi, but I have 4 Teferis. You're gonna scry one, or you're gonna untap it. You're gonna untap it. You're gonna play a 3-drop, or the Sciences and a 1-drop. You're gonna play a Brushstroke. Like, that's fine. Like, it's not fine, but what can you do? But we get the Fateful Absence your Blood Artist for what that's worth. And we get to drop this Hall of Storm Giant and Sunset Revelry. This is mildly hilarious. Okay, sir. Show me what you got. I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. That is a fell stinger. So what you get to do is it gets to resolve. Its trigger goes on the stack, and you get to kill it. Ta-da! Now we get drained. That sucks. But, like, there's a Forsaken Crossroads. Everything just worked out, huh? We don't get the choice of scrying, but that's fine. And we get to pass. No attackers. End the turn. You have a clue. It's a good thing the Brushstroke doesn't trigger on Artifact Crack. Sanguine Brushstroke is a card I wish, like, existed in paper. I'll be honest. I'm not sure how you would do it. It would probably call for a Blood Artist in your sideboard, or, like, Graveyard Exile, whatnot. Environmental Sciences, huh? We could just be a bitch and divide that. We won't, but we could. He would've. I feel fine. It's my turn. It's my turn, and I'm gonna make him cast the Blood Artist again next turn anyways. That, or I can just Fateful Absence it now. I don't want to think about that. Ever again. You got this, sir. That resolves. Yes. My turn. Did I see it coming? Do I let him cast whatever he wants next turn? I'm at 21 life. No attacks. And yeah, he gave us the artifact. So that Teferi's gonna come down for 1. Village Rites is going to put a lot more cards in his hand. I guess that's unfortunate. You're going to make me lose my Hall. I guess. That's fine. Though it hilariously turned Fading Hope on. Why? It does not say I can cast that. It says I can put it as a down to the land. Colorless, blue, white. Teferi. Artifact, creature, land. That one. You got it, sir. Now, hilariously, we don't have the mana to cast all of these spells with only 2 blue sources. Do we drop this as a blue source? I feel like casting it's hilarious. And we're gonna cast it next turn pretty easy, especially if we just have the interaction. He has no haste. Am I agree? I guess I'm a greedy ass insofar as him having that many lands in his or cards in his hand. There's no reason to shock it or bolt it in though, right? Bolting it in lets us Fading Hope and discover the formula, or it could let us discover and saw and Fading Hope, or it could let us divide Fading and Memory Deluge. I guess we're bolting it. You just outlined all the reasons, all the things you could do. Or it lets us Fading Hope. It lets us do 1, 2, 3. No, it lets us do a 1/2, or it lets us do a Fellstinger. Did I see it coming? I don't really care if he's gonna have to discard it for a turn at this point. Bounce with trigger. Oh, bouncing with the trigger it's the same thing. To bounce it with the trigger. If we bounce it with the Fading Hope, we get Scry. So, and we still hold up and discover the formula. If he recasts it again, he's gonna do that. We could divide that. That'd be funny. Or we just saw it coming. Can't do it all. Let it happen, he says. Is Discover a good card? I heard Discover is a good card. That's a Shambling Gaster. I'm not particularly concerned. Let me discover the formula. Look at all these fucking cards in my hand, man. It's obnoxious. We need another blue source. If that's okay. Look, there's no reason to let that hurt us, right? But there's no reason to, like, let it hit that, so... Just win with... win with Tef now. So we're gonna... Well, cancel that, Calvin. You should cast a fucking spell first. You donkey man. You, Mr. Donkey Man. What you're going to do is you're going to tap that for that, and tap this, and you are going to put this down on the Foretell. You are now going to tick this up, and you're going to untap an artifact, a creature, and a land. And you're going to hit next, and you are just going to end the turn. You have enough blue to Memory Deluge and saw it coming. You have enough mana to Memory Deluge, saw it coming, Deadly Dispute. Sure. Sure. That's fine. I'd rather have the interaction spells for anything that kills Teferi at this point. That's the Cursebound Witch. I mean, that's obnoxious. We could Cursebound Witch can get some really awkward stuff. Atron saying it's fine. I'm thinking about the card quality of the deck. It really does just come down to another brush stroke as a thing you want to counter. That's a Meat Hook Massacre for a lot of mana. What if I were to just bounce it? Wouldn't that be funny? I would rather you just not have that. Because you just don't want your fucking... You want me to have a blocker, I guess. How dare you? You have how many cards again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Wowee. Cheese and crackers, man. Cheese and crackers. We just cast Divide by 0 for 1. We can cast Divide by 0 for 1. This one right here. Pass to attackers. Which means, for what it's worth, we're not going to push out the Memory Deluge. We are instead going to drop this, and we are going to tap for that, and then tap whatever. Well, not the blue land, you donkey. There you go. Thank you, sir. Now I am going to take this up. We're going to untap an artifact, a creature, and a land. It's that land. Look at all of my blue. Next. What do you got, sir? You got a Kraken Blood token. That's fine. Okay. You have a lot of mana for what that's worth. It's 8. You could drop a 9th land, a 9th mana source now. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. The Cursebound Witch at some point is going to get sacked, basically. And that's sad. But that's going to happen. That will be a problem. Yeah, if we get to emblem the Teferi, we get to just drop Lier for, like, no good reason. Because what can he do? I guess he can, like, have a removal spell right then and there, but he won't. He's going to Blood Chief's Curse. And he has the mana to flash it back. We're going to make him do it. Is the thing. TJP, welcome to the gun show. Welcome to me, Alting Teferi. How are you doing today? As my camera shakes. We are going to take Mascot Expedition. Because we plan on casting it. We are here to ultimate a Teferi, to have too much card advantage, too much potential. He's going to Binding the Old Gods as his backup. You know, I saw that coming. You're probably going to get the kill with Approach. That's hilarious. We're going to move to blockers. TJP, did you know Approach of the Second Sun is potentially legal, kinda, in Arena half standard right now? There's a lot of caveats there, but I'm just... It's my turn to get to play Approach. I'm going to add these 2 cards to my hand. My turn. Minus. Sir, you need to go away. I don't know why you are still here. We're going to drop that, I guess. Here's my Lier. And we have too many fucking cards now. But you'll be fine. Wait. There's... Wait. Wheat. Should have dropped Channeler. We could have dropped Channeler. You're right. That's obnoxious, I guess. And we can't saw it coming, which is funny. We do get to just Fading Hope our guy, and for what it's worth, we get to discover... Yeah, we discover now, and then we just get to Fading Hope the guy. There's so much happening. There are too many cards in my hand. Is there a Fateful Absence in here, or a Fading Hope in here? There is. We can divide by 0 our Lier, actually, which is even funnier. No, we're going to Fading Hope the Lier. Oh my god. There's too many cards. Ah. Yikes, man. Resolve. Draw your cards. He has 3 mana for what that's worth. There's another Cursebound Witch. We are going to bounce that. Because we are going to be able to hit you. Dina. Ah, okay. Well, we're going to bounce that now. Because Dina gets to sacrifice the thing. I don't know if it matters. There's your Cursebound Witch. That is... mine. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we get to Doomskar. He gets his stuff off the Cursebound Witch. There's nothing we can really do about that, but that's fine. We now get to, I believe, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 2 mana left over after that. We gotta make sure we have a blue. Or no, we don't. We don't have to make sure shit. This costs 2. So we're gonna activate Hall of the Storm Giants. We're gonna hit next. Next. Get in there, sir. You're gonna get in for 7. Aren't you fucking ecstatic right now? I know I am. Here's the Celestus. There's the Celestus, isn't that amazing? Here's the Geistchanneler. There's the Geistchanneler. The Geistchanneler is going to make this Mascot Expedition cost fucking 4. Oh, I untapped. I could have played Lier, but I wanted to hit in. I was thinking of hitting in. I should have played Lier, but, you know, bingo bongo. Yep, you have 2 of those now. That's fine. We have 26 cards in our deck. Whatever. There's a Meat Hook Massacre, huh? We get to do... We just get to... Fading Hope your Blood Artist. Black Cat discards a card at random. That's sad. We could lose... You're gonna do it for X as 1. We're gonna just need to find Joel plus Key. We're gonna put the Black Cat in his hand is actually what we're gonna do, because we're not gonna lose the Lier right now. Sacrifice the blood token, do a little loopy-loop, okay. That resolves, that resolves, that resolves. Okay. Whatever. Because I'm going to be drawing so many cards. That comes down. This is fine. Okay. Okay. Anything else, sir? I'm going to blow up your thing. On the wild chance you had a removal spell for 2, we would have been able to cast a Disruption, which would have been hilarious. Look at this. It is a blue source. My turn? I'm just going to go. I don't need to draw up my deck right now, I think. Because the thing that we're going to do now is we are going to drop this Deserted Beach. We are going to drop this Lier to have the interaction now, I think, right? Here is my Lier. And we are just gonna drop Mascot Expedition. Yeah. Bazinga. Bazagunga. 1, 2, 3, 4. That costs that much. We get to do anything else. We get to put 2 cards in our hand. I'm gonna flash it back for 2 to put 2 cards in my hand. No one can stop me. And we are going to hit next. Combat. Get in for the 1. And we're going to end the turn. 21 cards in my deck. That's a black cat. You got it, sir. Meat Hook Massacre, where X is 4? Man, I don't like that. What if I didn't think about that, actually? Yeah. My hand. Okay. We did it. Yeah, we were gonna loot. We did it, kids. For my prize, I'm gonna bite my tongue trap. Heck yeah. Look at all this gold. And we have a pack waiting, I guess. Here we go. It's game number 4. Round 4. There's the Outer Worlds. I got something on my beard. Probably the Cuntrap. Oh my god, my opponent's going first. This seems just fine. The Field of Ruin will get us our second white source, but the Forsaken Crossroads gets to come down to Scry for a Fading Hope if we need to, or untap for Fading Hope if we need to, at which point we get the Scry anyways. Fateful Absence removal spell. Sunset's going to draw us a card, potentially. I think this is just fine for what best of 1 usually is. Keep 7. That's annoying. This is blue. What can you cast on 2 that I really need to think about right now? No, I don't know. We're going to scry 1. That is a second blue source for what that's worth. But we're just going to put that away, because I think getting the blue source isn't the worst thing. We get the blue source. Yeah, whatever. You want that, he says. We do want that. But I am thinking about what Warlock class could follow up into, and I guess it's a Shambling Against, potentially with a doodad. The Village Rites. Meaning your end step, if the creature died this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. If the creature died this turn, that's nothing. So we're just gonna end the turn here. We're gonna let him hit me for 1. Ooh, that's yeah. We're gonna let him hit me for 1. If he has the thing, he has the thing. He has a Fell Stainer. Imagine not tucking Doomskar. No, I wanted to hold up interaction. I'm not quite worried yet about getting out the Doomskar, because Warlock class is usually followed up with some variation of Blood on the Snow nonsense, especially with the snow-covered mountain swamp. And yeah, so now he's getting out the Fell Stainer. Fell Stainer resolves, the trigger goes in the stack. We get to kill the Fell Stainer, or we get to bounce it. And I think, because of that Faceless Haven, we really want to bounce it. And we still get the Scry. So You're saying kill it. That's not... I suppose. The Fading Hope can bounce the Faceless Haven for what that's worth, everyone. Yeah, okay, see. I am on the same level, as it were. But this does hit us for the 1, which is, as the kids say, unfortunate. Although, now, we have this blue source, and we get to tuck this Doomskar away. Next, and the turn. So if he does decide to go in for a Haven, we get to... Boop. I get to bite into this Crunch Wrap, is what I get to do. I don't like that. Two cards in hand. No, we gotta take this damage. Because now the Fading Hope is basically locked into dealing with the Faceless Haven. My turn. Thank you, sir. I get to drop this Field of Ruin to make you sweat about that. And... yeah, we're not going to cast a Sunset Revelry yet. Not yet. Right now, we have Divide by Zero and Fading Hope, which means we could potentially bounce the Warlock class if he decides to level it up. We can counter a thing. We have lines, is basically what I'm saying. To attackers, he's going to hit me for 1. That's fine. Yeah, this is going to let him do a little loot. You're going to Brush Stroke again. I don't want you to Brush Stroke. I would appreciate it if you were to fuck off. We are going to put... he has 2 cards in hand, so we take the Environmental Sciences. He can't recast it. This is a clue token. This is a clue token, because we cast a Fateful Absence earlier. My turn. Yeah, those are not treasures, which is good for us, more or less. What's also potentially good for us is to go Environmental Sciences into Sunset Revelry into Holding Up Fading Hope if we feel the need. We can still also hold up Divide by Zero as a line. Though I think soon let's hold up Sunset Revelry because he is about to draw a card. What does this get us? This gets us a blue, white, So we're gonna go tap. Or do we want to hold up the Faceless Haven? I suppose we want to hold up the Faceless Haven, right, guys? Hold SSR. Yeah, you're going to Doomskar anyways, Calvin. Why are you in full control? You need the second white for your Doomskar anyways. Here is this. We're going to hit next, and we are going to pass the turn. He cracks a clue token. He goes to 3 cards in hand. He goes to 4. He has a land, and he casts Spell to try and go down to 2 cards in hand. This Sunset Revelry is not going to draw us a card. He probably is thinking of holding a land in his hand before he goes to drop down the Sanguine Brushstroke. That way he can bait out potentially another Divide by Zero. To damage. Or he's going to drop a Felstinger. Which... So I'm thinking to myself, well, I could crack the Field of Ruin, deal with the Faceless Haven, get an island, and then drop the Fading Hope on the Felstinger. At which point he does get to cast Sanguine Brushstroke, which is unfortunate. Which would put 2 Blood Artists into play, which means that a Doomskar is going to deal us 6. But we still have the Sunset Revelry. So I like that. You think it's simply Fading Hope? I'm thinking it's sneak the Field of Ruin through. Because we could sneak Field of Ruin through right now. I'm going to do that. Alright. I mean, no. So, Field of Ruin's going to put this island into play untapped is the thing. Right? Which means we are going to now bounce the Felstainer. Which gets us a Scry, which does show us another land, which I think we just want. It comes untapped, but it's fine. There's no good reason for him to exploit, but he can cast another 3-drop. He's just gonna power up the thing. Which honestly is fine. Are you gonna cast a Cursebound Witch? You're gonna Blood Token away a Brushstroke. You're gonna play another Warlock class. Okay. Well, I don't understand. But what do I know? Here's this. And at this point, we're kind of interested, because he has prioritizing the Warlock classes, we're going to want to bounce one of them if he decides to pump it up, which means we're going to let the Felstainer resolve this next turn, go down to 15, 14? Yeah. And the next turn we get to Sunset Revelry, maybe draw a card at the end of it. That's fine. 12. We had to go down to 12 in that scenario because there's 2 Warlock classes. There's another Faceless Haven. He's gonna move to attackers. 11. I keep on missing math. The Felstainer. You still divide this, actually. You still divide this. Yeah. Keep holding it. Let it happen, he says. You need to deluge. Alright. They are, in fact, rotting in my hand. Like, you're not wrong there. Look at all of that stuff. Look at all that stuff, sir. What are you gonna do with that stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna... That's just gonna happen. But I get the Memory Deluge. So that's pretty fucking neat. That's a Discover the Formula. And a land. And another Divide. Discover will be cast later. We're gonna take the land and the land and Discover the Formula. And then from there, we get to drop this land. Doomskar will bring us down to 10. Doomskar brings us down to 10, and we have 4 mana untapped, which could be another Memory Deluge, or it ends up being a Divide by 0. We can't... We could Sunset here, potentially, to just get the life and the blockers. Try and bait out more creatures out of him. This doesn't have Menace, for what that's worth. And I don't hate that, because I kind of want the life gain right now, because this can surprise... Especially with these right here. So if a creature died this turn, is just that is just the condition, right? So we're gonna go with the Doomskar line. We go down to 10, we go down to 7. And we already cast the Environmental Sciences, so we're gonna hit next. We could tuck it, but I'm thinking we probably want either to cast Memory Deluge, or to get some creatures up next turn. Or to take the exile target thing, they get a 3/2. We're just going to exile one of those Warlock classes. We really need to find a Teferi here. That is a Voldaren Bloodcaster. That is a Felstern. And I think in this particular situation, I want to hold the Divide by Zero for when, like, this gets leveled up. So we're actually going to counter this. Yay. We did it. And there's another Sanguine Brushstroke. That's Edamari's call. Huh. Make 2 4/4s and see what happens. I mean, he probably has removal, so I don't think we can get away with that, actually. We do get to discover... Oh, you can discover Sunset. You're right. Because that makes the Sunset... Like, we'll take the 2, but that's going to dig us through. And there's a fucking Hullbreaker Horror, of all fucking things. So, you know, that's neat. Yeah, so we're just now going to... Yeah, I want... Let's see what he got. And we're gonna put this down tapped. That Hullbreaker Horror gets to come down for 6 as well, and that's fucking hot. Twitch is a card. You're gonna hit me for that. Is a creature gonna die this turn, sir? Because that would be the sauce. That's it. That is some sauce, huh? So we just lost. You don't have to do that. Now you're just taking game action, sir. What the fuck are you doing? We lost because he gets to crack 2 blood tokens, and that's it, because there's 2 Sanguine Brushstrokes in play. Like, he just gets to do it basically in response. He gets to crack 1, see if it resolves, and crack the other. If it doesn't, for some weird reason, so... I don't know at what point I should have held up more for another brush stroke. But I knew that was my main concern. I know that's my main concern. What I knew before is what I know now, but time has passed us. We just bit into jalapenos. I don't know how many Divine Purges are in the main right now. I think the answer is 0, which is probably a punt for best of 1, but I committed to this event to remember how to play Stream Magic. That I didn't get a chance to ask you what your current blue-white deck was. Though, potentially we have the time to just go even longer today. And by I think, I mean I know for absolute certain there is 0 Divine Purges in the main. But if we're going to do another event after this, we're going to push into best of 3. You go first, and you have a blue source, this thing, this thing, and this thing. How close are we to update vid? I have everything ported over. There's still some more editing I need to do. My idea was to get it uploaded tomorrow or Friday. I don't know which is more important. By the way, everyone that is watching right now, there's going to be an update vid that goes on to the main channel soon. Tomorrow is the word of the day. That is a Plains. Do it the tomorrow, because Friday is a poopy day. Here is a blue source, and I'm just gonna say no. Don't want to think about it. Thank you. Here's this. Because now we're going against Jeskai Dragons. But Alchemy. That is quite an unfortunate draw for our scenario of not having the goods. Though we get to play Field of Ruin and later rob him of his blue there. And I guess it's Key to the Archives that makes Teferi cast 1. Cast 1? Cost 1? Do the thing for 1 is the idea. Key. I guess he could be playing counter magic. That would be unfortunate. Wowie. Like its approach. Yeah. But what do we lose? We need this land to cast the approach. And I guess it's the Saw It coming on the account of the amount of blue. Especially since we're not going to use it right now. It feels poopy, but, you know. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's the land, he says, after he clicked the Saw It coming. Yeah, but there's a Tyrant that was going to get resolved. That is going to pick our blue source. We are going to decline the sacrifice. I will take the 2. Here is this. And we are going to it's Teferi. I am second guessing on the Emeria's call since that can trade, but he probably has Dragon Fires, right? Tap, tap, and tap, I guess. Doesn't super matter. Look at this. And watch this nonsense happen. We're going to go untap an artifact. Tap a creature. Untap a land. Wowie. And we're going to hit next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to end the turn. He can hit me. He can hit Teferi. Probably is correct to hit Teferi. He's gonna Expressive Iteration. That's fine. Bounce it, he says? Bounce the expressive? Bounce that bum dragon. Yo, you're right there. He's not going to have the interaction. And, oh, you're going to have a bunch of cards in hand, sir, so I guess we're going to take Teachings. Especially since, like, we want to untap with the Teferi, obviously. And if it does, he's going to tick up. Which is good. We're going to put more Crunchwrap in our mouth. That's black. You named black, sir. I don't know if you know this, but you're Jeskai. You made a mistake. I hope so. I hope you made a mistake. Otherwise, I'm just sad. Two attackers? My turn? Wow. Do you have it? Do you have some nonsense? You named black. Boy, you're gonna kill me? Are you? But I didn't. Because he isn't. Because I'm guessing that we're going to decline the action. This is a Dragons deck. This is a aggressive deck. And then he already revealed the expressive iteration. The chances of him having counter magic on top of, like, Orb of the Dragonkind, on top of the Dragon Suite. Your next turn is Approach plus Teach? I mean, yeah. It is this, land. It is this Approach of the Second Sun. This deck plays 2 Disdainful main? Oh. Wow. So I guess it was a punt. But it's fine. It feels like a brew. I feel like I'm in Brewtown right now. But it doesn't matter. We resolved it. He doesn't have blue in play. He has to kill Teferi. That's not enough, sir. You need a Dragon's Fire. You need a Dragon's Fire. You do not have a Dragon's Fire. I'm going to decline the sacrifice action for whatever weird reason. Alright. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have enough mana to force it. Now that you're making me think of fucking Disdainful Stroke, right? We do, however, have a lot of life. They didn't have it. Well, they did. No, they didn't have the island. They didn't have the island. So that's why the approach resolved the last time. They have a treasure now, which could spell our doom. So I'm not keen on... This deck plays an island normally. Well, God Prince is saying go for it, so here we go! Hey, look, an approach. Yay! I think it would have been a really rough spot if they did have the Disdainful Stroke, because then we would have just taken 4 for nothing, and he ramps again, and he gets to hurt one of our lands again. He didn't have it, and the logic ultimately is he didn't get an island, and Adrian is saying that deck usually plays an island. So you roll on the idea of this is actually a Baru, even if there's a normal version. And for what it's worth, we're in the net neutral. We made our money back. We made our investment, and by investment I mean our 500 gold, not our 2 hours. We can't get that back. That's gone forever. I can't. I want to, because I like Teferi, but I can't. So, bye. This feels worse. Adrian's now saying you can. I didn't like the idea of it on the 2-lander. I'm gonna keep this 6 and ship away the Lier. And this is a blue source. That's a land, so, you know, I need it. That's a swamp, that's a shambling gas, and it's not a snow-covered swamp. This is a plains. Gonna hit me for 1, that's fine. End of combat. Main. He's doing green. Do you want to untap, sir? He does. Prosperous Innkeeper. The best deck in the format. Well, that sucks. The best deck? I gotta think about that as I put this Crunchwrap Supreme into my mouth. That's an eye twitch. That resolves. I guess it's my turn. We have 2 Teferis. My instinct is telling me to drop the Teferi, let him take 3, and then he's still on 2 if I want to down it, or you can discard 1 to key. I'm thinking about my life right now, with the understanding that these, on the assumption there's a brushstroke coming, right? That these decks sort of like explode out of nowhere, and I want my life to start ticking up at some point. The thing is, the Teferi can't die. Granted, we're not using the mana, right? But then, you know, we lose 1 to key, and that just... It lets you Tef plus I guess... The life, being able to use the life as a resource is a real thing, but this is a deck that, like, I've been... always ecstatic with, I guess. With how it does the dude. I'm gonna take a board wipe. And I guess I discard the Tef. Doesn't feel right. But here we go. I mean, that's fine. Do you have a removal spell? For my key? You bolted yourself. Awesome. He had it. It does destroy a non-land permanent, for what that's worth. At which point, none of these are manlands. There's still probably an argument to Day of Judgment, though he just gets 2 cards in his hand. And that's, poopy scoopy, you know? But we still can't do anything with the Teferi ticking up, is the problem. So, it's likely just Day of Judgment here, just because, man, could you imagine a Divine Purge? It would be pretty spicy. We don't have it in the main. So we're gonna just do this now. Because right now, there is no Blood Aura's effect that would make that really bad. He does ramp up to however much mana. Maybe he takes the fucking Mascot Expedition here. Surprise. Do you have it? I mean, if you don't have a land, that means your hand's gas. Mascot Expedition is Agadines for 2 to get the Witch back. It's not terrible. It's still on 2, so you could potentially just Shambling Gas, I guess. Hey, a key. Now my gut's telling me I should be dropping the Teferi. I want my land, I want my Deluge, I want my Teferi. I drop the Teferi, play this down as a land. He can hit it down, but he can't kill it. I mean, I guess he can drop another Spear, but at which point, like, we're gonna be fine with that. Because then we get the Memory Deluge and potentially fine interaction. And I'm interested in getting the life back. And it basically, and then it lets the key cost 1 mana. Like, it's just doing it in reverse, right? Which one do you want to cost 1 mana? I want the one to cost. I want the key to cost 1 mana because I want to have life. I want to have a life. A artifact, creature, and a land. A Crunchtrap Supreme. What's a Dina? Dina is spooky. You could Mortality Spear here. Probably has a Mortality Spear. We're gonna Curse of Leeches. That's hilarious. That's a Fading Hope. Which means this key to the archive gets to exist. It just gets to exist. We get to discard the Memory Deluge if we want to. Let's see what we get. Ooh, Electrolyze. Kind of like Electrolyze here. Take Electrolyze, you can go shoot, shoot. You would do it now because of the Dina. Though you can actually Fading Hope that now. Yeah. Discard a card, it's the Memory Deluge. And we're going to tick this up. We're going to target an artifact, a creature, and a land. It's going to be that land. And if we Fading Hope this now, he can't do nonsense. It encourages him to recast it. He's going to hit me first, or hit Teferi first. But that just means that Dina hasn't been cast, so... And so, like, if he has two things to stop this effect, I think that's fine. 1, 2. Cement. Geistchanneler is pretty nice. That hits me for 1, and that's going to hit me for 1. They'll be at 9? That's the magic number, I think. Or the new number. We hook X is 0. Which is going to make a board wipe obviously hard. That results. Gain a life. That did happen. So we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and have 1, 2, 3, 5 mana coming up. So it's not dreadful. It doesn't really matter what we tap. It's just that key is the thing that's going to get tapped. So here we go. Discover's not terrible, but Fateful Absence is gonna let us survive, I think, more. We can take Fateful Absence and Discover, and put the Discover, and then drop Geistchanneler and make the Discover pretty fucking cheap. Yeah, choose 2. 1, 2. Now we get to play a land, and we get to tick this up. We are going to go artifact, creature, land. We now get to Geistchanneler now, and we're going to tap away the key to the archive just in case. Blue, blue. Next. We're in the turn. Prosperous Innkeeper is gonna get him another dude. doesn't gain him a life yet. Now that will gain him a life, but what we get to do is we get to Fateful Absence the Dina now. And sort of make him make a choice, I guess. I guess he can sacrifice the Prosperous Innkeeper to get another tick in. But now the Teferi... Well, I mean... Realistically, we were just gonna fucking... keep on ticking him up, because there's enough draining effects going on here to make me upsetty spaghetti. Nice, nice. So we're going to tap for blue, blue, and then tap for colorless. None of these are man lands, so we get to tap this for another colorless. And we get, well, we made this mistake last time. We're not going to make the mistake again. Doesn't matter, he doesn't have any cards in hand, so we are going to untap an artifact, untap a creature, untap a land. Activate, float the mana, activate the ability, then cast the spell is the proper way to do it, just in case there was an instant speed deal with that Teferi, which would have been poopy. So, we are now going to drop the Celestus. Yeah? Yeah. And we could, if we wanted, tap the Celestus, we've cast 2 spells, and do a little cycle. Do a double cycle. It puts us at 13. It doesn't seem like the worst thing in the move. Worst thing in the world. But otherwise, we can hold up Double Divide is the idea. So I think we're just gonna... We don't need to hold up a Double Divide. He has that much mana. Yeah, we're gonna go for a day and night. But I don't want the land in this scenario. Next, end the turn. Yay! I don't know what we were waiting on. Take the action. Still don't want the land. Sack to draw a card, that's fine. Hit the Teferi for 2. Hit me for 2. Hit Teferi for 1. You could bounce the Prosperous Innkeeper, alt the Teferi, drop a new Teferi. Kind of like that, because then we can get Environmental Sciences into our hand. Yeah. I like Environmental Sciences. I also like an ultimated Teferi. Do you have it? I'm asking if you have it. That's not having it. I guess you could have something on 3. You didn't. Resolve? Aha! Mortality Spear, because it costs 2 less. But I untapped. You see. So this divide by 0 just works. You don't have 2 mana. So here's a reduce to memory. No, here's Teachings of the Archaic, I guess. Honestly, that grabbing Teachings was a bad call there, but... Ultimate! Ta-da! Now we're going to go white, blue, and one other. Teferi. Plus, untap an artifact, tap a creature, untap a land. Wow. And then we could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to cast Environmental Sciences. We're going to put this island into our hands. We are going to drop an island, and we are going to cast nothing, because you scoop. Yay! Crunch Wrap. As a prize. Yay! And so I guess with that, let's go again. We had at least 5 games. We definitely had more. I think we're at 7 right now, as far as chaptering is concerned. There's got to be a way to do markers, actually. Because, like, you could pretty easily, like, mark, like, fucking, I don't know, game. I mean, that's not a thing, obviously. But it's not letting me do it. Like, I could do that. It's super easy to chapter these. I guess that's fair. The opponent goes first, and I don't have a 1 or a 2, and if he's dragons, I'm dead. If he's dragons, I'm dead. But that's a Doomskar, so at least there's that. We will keep the 6, and I feel like Discover is going to get us out, but it's also the most expensive card in our hand while not being one of the lands. We could hypothetically pitch a land, because we're going to cast this Doomskar for the thing. Emeria's Call is what he's saying that we get rid of. Which would be the same thing of pitching a land. I just somehow tricked myself into thinking it's going to be dragons, but it's not. It's going to be this, which is fine. Or it's the worst thing in the world. But we'll find out. But we have to drop this as a white. Hopeful Initiate can destroy target artifact or enchantment, which is kind of hilarious in the context of the key deck. There's another Discover, which is unfortunate. Now we take 3. Into 4. Sorry, training exists as a mechanic. Well, I'll be. Like, we have to do this now, or we're gonna die. We don't have the blue to use a Divide by Zero strat. We get to take 5. We get to take nothing. We get to activate Field... We don't even get to activate Field of Ruin, because he has basic lands. We drew a second of the big drop. Like, You got it, sir. What did we learn today, kids? Jalapeno.